start. So I started the recording. Um, I'll pull up, I'll screen share for you. Just tell me if you see this. Tell me if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see you now. Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'll pull up a game. And is there a particular game you want to look over or
Um,
um
we could. I mean, a lot of them are kind of just like I think I do good, but I feel like I struggle with ending games out. Like my laning is good, but I just can't end games for some reason.
okay.
Let me
I
see
did
here.
I did want to say this like mid-game macro. This isn't even me trying to get you as like some customer sign, but mid-game macro is not really something we can cover in 1 hour. But
Mm,
like obviously over time we can continuously work on it if you did want to continue. But we
yeah.
can just go over a mid game if you want. If for now, if that's where you think you'll have the most benefit, we can like just cover mid game today. I can look. I'm sure there's stuff you could do mid game. So I'll look over your mid game macro and then give you some tips. But it is relatively straightforward. Um, but like, yeah, what I'm saying is, oh, like mid game macro, it's kind of complex, but once you get it, it's relatively straightforward and simple. But however long that takes, I'm not sure of me explaining to you what to do. I'm not sure, but I'll try my best to like give you as much information as possible and go over the habits. But pretty much
Okay.
for mid game macro, what you do is farm mid, then farm jungle camps, then rotate to help team. That's pretty much all you do mid game macro, and then we can kind of look over what exactly you did decision making wise. And then maybe you can like kind of explain to me, but pretty much we'll skip straight to just mid game for today. And then in the future, if
Okay.
you did want to continue, we can like always look over lane phase if you want to look over lane phase. But if you
All
need
right.
help with mid game, we can go over mid game. But
Okay. Sounds good.
anyways, yeah. So for mid game, you kind of know we skip to 15 minutes. You rotate once like a tower is down, like either mid or bot, and like everyone starts rotating. That's kind of when mid game enters. So we can see this is pretty long lane phase. You're pretty much stuck here for a while, but now we got things going, so this is fine. Your three, okay, we're not really looking over lane phase, but you kind of are dying a lot. Five deaths coming out of lane phase is kind of a lot, but we won't really cover
That's one
that.
of my issue too. Is like I die a lot. Like I'm always dying to
Okay.
ganks. I know it's more of like a map awareness kind of issue, but I'm dying a
Hmm.
lot mid game and dying a lot during laning phase. If the
Okay.
jungle decides to camp me, then I get fucked.
That honestly, I get what you're saying. I can show you how to dodge gangs lane phase because I kind of just know what's coming. But you want to work over mid game today, so we can cover mid game. But in the future,
Okay.
if you want me to
All right.
show you like lane phase and how to dodge ganks in lane phase, I can help you with that. But
Okay.
we can kind of see what's going on. So I'm not sure if you know, you kind of have to just understand the game as a whole. For mid game, you kind of just have to understand fundamentally how to play League of Legends. But this is just general tip. If you lose mid tower, it's just the game is a lot harder from whoever's perspective lost mid tower because anytime you walk up, you have no safety. But if you have a tower here, you kind of like safe walking up. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you see you have no tower, just kind of just be aware that it's going to be a little bit harder. Otherwise, when you come mid game, we just want to farm mid, farm jungle camps, and then rotate to help team. That's literally all we have to do. I'll give you like the basics, and then obviously it gets more complex. But we're
That's
playing.
essentially what I do. I have the general idea of mid game is usually if you take bot tower, then transition to mid, and then farm safely, and then move if I can.
Okay.
But I think I find myself getting stuck in mid lane, just trying to push the waves and then not moving towards objectives, if that makes
Okay,
sense.
we'll see then. We'll see what we'll cover exactly what you're doing, and then we'll kind of see go from there. Does that kind of make sense? Like we'll see what
Yeah.
you're doing, and then we'll like improve on it. But otherwise, we see. Let's be aware of the comps. Obviously, when you hit mid game, you're about to like if you're laning 2v2 lane phase. you really only run into bot lane, maybe jungle if they gank you, and maybe mid if they're a roamer. Otherwise, you never really run into top. But now that we enter mid game, we have to be aware of everyone on the enemy team. So we're playing Lethality Varus. That's good. We have range. We can stay out of range of Lux. She's long range. We have to stay out of range of a Mumu. This is all I'm giving you thoughts that you should run into when you enter mid game. You can rewatch this if it's just information overload. But now that we enter mid game, we have to be aware of their jungle. It's a Mumu. We want to stay out of range of him. We should just know what Fiora wants to do. We should just kind of. This is why I'm saying over time will help you build knowledge if you did want to continue. But we kind of had to just be aware generally of what each champ wants to do mid game. So Fiora is going to split push. She wants to just split push 1v1 in side lane. Mumu is gonna look for some huge ultis. Lux is gonna look for like poke and picks. She's not really a side laner. She's gonna look for poke and picks. So we just want to be aware of how to play around these guys. So here we go mid and farm. I'll go over your decision making, but like what I'm trying to do right now is build you a certain foundation and then help expand on it with like your exact decision making, if that makes sense. But we want a
Mhm.
certain foundation, but yeah, we have to be aware of each champ what they want to do. I take the game as a whole. Like even though I play AD carry, I don't just sit and farm. I take the game as a whole, so that's why I'm teaching you this. Otherwise, we can just look at your decision making. Here, Volibear is going in. Okay, this is like fine. Yeah, that's fine. We poke her out. We go back to pushing mid. The thing is, okay, if your team is now I'll just look at your decision making. But if your team is sending it like this, try not to just
Don't
go
go
run
back
back.
mid.
Yeah, don't go back mid. Like instead, you can either go that way, farm mid, or you can go this way, help team. If your team is still fighting, I would always go this way, especially if you just force out the Lux. So like you're
Okay.
like sitting here farming mid while your team's fighting, and like you would literally be right here hitting this dude, and this guy would probably be dead. So that's why like we don't just randomly farm mid if your team is literally fighting right here.
Okay, because
Otherwise,
I watched some like skill cap videos where they mention like always push mid no matter what, and then go help your team or something like that. So that's my
always
reason.
always push mid, that's fine. But if your team is quite literally
Just-
fighting right here, like if your team is like fighting all the way up here and you're here, like, I don't know if you're looking at the mini map, but if your team
Yeah.
is fighting all the way up here and you're mid, push mid, then rotate. But if your team is
Okay.
quite literally fighting right next to you, rotate first. Does that kind of make sense?
Gotcha.
Like
Yeah, that
only
makes
only push mid if you're too far to rotate. Like push mid first. Here, I'll give you the idea. Yes, in general, you always want to push mid first. It's just better. But if you're, oh, you always want to push mid first. But if your team is fighting right next to you, help them. Does that kind of make sense? Like, yeah, in
yeah.
general. So I'll help you with the foundation. Obviously, good push mid. But if your team is quite literally fighting right here, we have to help them. Especially
Okay.
when like I'm looking at this and it's like free kills. This Amumu should be dead if you're sitting here hitting him.
Yeah.
But instead Malzahar dies, I think. Or does he live? That'd be huge. Oh. Otherwise we get a trade kill, so it's like kinda fine, but we should have like it should have been a 2-for-1. But yeah, we can work through like that's a good thing. He give me your input, but we can work through your mindset and then I can help like refine it and shape it. But otherwise, yeah, you want to push mid always, and here we don't really want to get this low. The reason why like taking this random trade is kind of bad is now we won't be here for next wave. So just note that like if we do trade, yeah, she's low, but we're also low. You see, it's like kind of hard to farm this wave right here. Oh, but that's good. That's all good. Okay, try to push out mid and then back. Okay, if your Volibear's on drag, this is the good thing about playing Lethality Varus. He's like can always fight just because he has range. So this is good. Try to help him out. Yeah, this is good. If you see Malzahar mid, I would recall right now. Good, we recall. Okay, let's see what you're buying. Are you going man? You should have. I think you always go Manamine second. Um,
Okay.
especially if you have fully stacked tier. I think
Okay,
it's fine to just sit on tier, but if you have fully stacked tier, it's gonna be a huge spike for you if you get man immune.
got it.
Um, Here also it's debatable. Edge and Knight is good, obviously. It's just personal preference if you want Edge and Knight or QSS. It's personal preference in terms of the defense item. But the key takeaway here is I would pretty much always go man immune second, especially if you have fully stacked tier.
Got
Um,
it.
yeah, but do I need to write that down for you, or are you just gonna kind of remember
No, no,
man
no,
immune
no, no.
second?
I can remember that for sure.
Okay. All right.
And like you
Here
said, you're gonna post this on your channel, so I'll always be able to review it,
you'll
right?
be able to watch it. Yeah. And I
Okay,
do
cool.
recommend you watching other coaching of 80 carries because I say either the same things or some things you haven't heard. But anything I would tell them, I would tell you, I would tell the same thing because it's just how I
Got
play
it.
the game. So in the future, I think that is helpful. But here, yeah, we could farm mid first. Your team is fighting in the future. If you're not gonna here, this is just helpful. But if you're not gonna rotate the fight, ping them so they know you're not coming. Does that kind of make sense? If you're
Mhm.
not rotating to the fight, ping them so they know you're not coming. Like it's fine to not go, but at the very least ping them because they see Varus right here. They don't know if you're farming mid or you're gonna rotate. So like if you're
Okay.
rotating, ping on the way. If you're not coming, ping be careful. Like does that kind of make sense? You just want to communicate
It
that?
does.
Yeah, so you definitely want to do that. That is helpful. That one I'll write down because I think that's pretty big, but like man, I mean second, kind of whatever. But yeah, do build Man Immune second. Here, um, once again, like yeah, I would give mid wave unless you see the 80 carry farming mid. Don't randomly leave your team if you're right next to them. If they're all
Okay.
the way down here, like and you're right here, push mid then rotate. But if you're quite literally right next to them, then help them. Does that make sense? Like yeah,
Got it.
I
Yeah.
kind of get, I see what you're doing. Like in general, you want to always push mid first, and I did talk about that even in my own video. I don't know if you saw, but if you're
Mhm.
literally right next to them, don't just leave them because then it turns because especially if the enemy ADC is at this fight. If the enemy ADC isn't at the fight, then it's like debatable because it's going to be a 4v4. But if the enemy ADC is here and then you just leave, it becomes 5v4. Does that kind of make sense? Why you like
Yes, it does.
don't leave if you're right here? If you're right, so I'll
Yeah.
help you with that one. If you're right here, don't leave because this is pretty important. So I know I'm kind of saying it a couple times, but like it is pretty important. You do want to farm mid. You do want to push it in case the fight goes bad. You have a pushing wave, and they don't have a wave to push. But if you're right here and they're all right here, and then you just randomly leave and then have to come back, it's like pretty bad,
Okay.
honestly. So yeah, definitely don't do that. Here, otherwise, this is fine. This is good. Oh, close, close. Um, and if this is a shorter game, we can look over another game and see your mid-game macro. But we have about an hour. Sorry, what was that?
Okay.
Okay,
No, no, I'm just agreeing.
okay. Um, was here going back mid. This is fine. Push this wave out as safely as you can. I just hope I have to bring this up. Depending on champs, mid jungle could be sitting in these bushes looking to gank you on repeat anytime you walk up this mid wave. So be careful. As you get higher
Mhm.
rank, it's definitely heavily contested. You guys are kind of just giving up Rift Herald. I don't think we just not in position. I guess was York dead? Is that why we had to give? Okay, that's fine. Sorry, sometimes I'm not like following the tempo of the game. Um, Please say we're going. Okay, we're going man immune. Good. Anytime you're fully stacked tier, man immune will just spike hard. If you didn't have fully stacked tier, then it's like debatable. I kind of see where you're coming from. But if you have fully stacked tier, then I definitely think you want man immune.
Okay.
Um, Here, yeah, we have to be careful. This is like one of those situations. If we see them on Anakin, we definitely rotate first. If we don't see them on Anakin and if they're not on it, then we can push mid. But the problem with
Okay.
staying to push mid is like we waste a couple extra seconds. Here, this is what I'm saying. If they're literally right here, help them. If they're all the way down here, then good. This is good. This is why we push mid because we're just way too far. We can even go mid tower. Do we go tier 2 mid tower here? Okay, good. Yeah,
Um,
good. This is good. Okay. We can farm this wave. We farm this wave. Mid game macro, once you learn it, is pretty simple. It's just gonna take some time for me to teach you it. I mean, I can give you as much as you want in an hour, but it's more of a over time thing. I keep telling you how to play mid game, but we can see what you want to do. Here, this is like sort of fine. They're low, so you can actually contest this solo. Just be careful, Anami. Good, nice try, nice look. Okay. Good, good farm. I'll just watch your mid game, see what you do. I think my mid game macro is honestly pretty good. Like I played with challengers. I like what I say is what they want to do as well. So I would say it's similar. It's just honestly my mechanics are like super sus right now, so I can't really play. Um, but if that gets better, I think I'm like a pretty high level player. So what I'm saying is I think you can trust my mid game macro, honestly.
uh,
Um, hopefully I'll be GM soon. Anyways,
I mean, even if you're like what Diamond One or Master, it's like it's still learn from you because you're way better than me. So
yeah, I
I
guess
look at it like that. You don't
if it
have to
makes
be
you
like,
if it makes you feel better, I'm like I was just 190 LP today. I lost a few games, so I'm like 120. So bare minimum, I'm 120 LP master.
yeah, yeah, no, no, yeah,
But
you're
I'll
still being above me. So I can definitely learn from anybody. I can definitely learn from anybody that's above me for sure.
all right. That's a good attitude. Here, that's good. If they're already farmed mid, just go straight to the objective and like poke with Varus, look for control. This is fine. Here, this is why we want to. Once you enter mid game, especially around team fights, you have to take into account the team comp. You just have to like see a Mumu. You obviously know he's gonna ult you, Q you in. You kind of have these like instincts by now, right? Like you see a Mumu, you know what he's gonna do, kind of
Yeah, yeah, I
like as
know.
a
Yeah, I
gold
know.
emerald player.
Yeah, I know all their abilities and stuff like that.
Okay,
I've been
okay.
playing for like four years now. I know. I even then though, I'm still
Mhm.
like very bad with like threat analysis. I think because I
Okay.
know what to expect from them, but at the same time,
You're not
when
quite
it's
sure
like
how to play around it.
I tunnel vision hard, especially when there's like a kill in front of me. I tunnel vision hard, and I don't look at the champions that can kill me.
All right, we'll check your positioning and see, and then I'll give you like some tips on what to do. But here, this is good. I would ult him. Good. I mean, we're kind of sending it on. Okay, kind of lucky we missed that Q, but we kind of just have to play from range. Ooh, this was just a bad fight. Honestly, I would Q him while he CC'd because this would have been a huge Q. But I think he has Merc Treads. That's probably why. Yeah, so we got out of it. But now we're just straight up losing the fight. I would definitely run here.
So
Oof,
no, don't
deflash.
even auto attack. He
Yeah,
follows. I
don't even. This is just like a straight up 5v5 that you guys lost. Wait, you don't even have York. Okay, here. This is what I would tell you then. I wasn't really looking at what was going on. We were kind of talking. Okay, we see York top. York, we just have to know he's like Trundle. He's just gonna split push. So it's quite literally a 4v5. Do you know what that means? Like, if you know it's a 4v5 here.
You just insta lose if they're human.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely lose. That means don't fight. 4v5 means don't fight. You play max range. So if you, I'm giving you the knowledge. So now that you have this knowledge, 4v5 don't fight. What does that mean? What do we do
Bring
now?
them back.
Ping, yeah, good, exactly. You ping them back, ping be careful, ping York once so they know get back, ping York. We don't have York. Like, exactly. No one's pinging here. I'm giving you the knowledge, but someone on this team, if you're in high elo, diamond, master, whatever, they're all gonna be aware. They're gonna ping back. So I'm giving you the secret tips. We definitely want to ping this back. We definitely don't want to engage on this guy randomly. So I'm giving you the tips. We definitely want to use our pings. So we definitely ping back here because it's quite literally just a 4v5 where it's already losing and then we have to be ahead to win a 4v5. So I'm giving you tips. Don't fight if you're outnumbered. That could be any number 2v3, 1v2, and use your pings. This is what I see a lot of low elo people doing. And then once you get in the habit of it, it'll just be no come normal. But you guys gotta communicate more. This is like I don't know. I'm honestly not sure why people in low elo do this. I'm not sure if they're just like chilling, playing the game. But I see this a lot. Like you're not communicating with the support. They're not pinging the team. If you go high rank, everyone's pinging. So you just
Yeah,
want to
I
get in the
rarely
habit.
use I rarely use pings. It's either it's mostly for me to flame my teammates.
Oh
If I'm
my.
being
Okay.
honest,
Well, let's try to
it's
at
that.
least get in the habit of, helpful pings as well. If you want to flame your team, is what it is. I've definitely done that before. I mean, try not to do it, obviously, but
Uh,
ping your team back. Um, but yeah, get in the habit of like, if you just like I'm sure you've used pings. I'm sure if you're about to full send go in, you ping on the way. So I'm trying to get you in the habit of using pings at other times that are also good. So if it's a 4v5, don't fight. If you're farming mid and your team's about to fight, ping them either I'm coming or I'm not coming. Like use the V ping. Like just let your team know what you're doing. It's just like a super good habit to have. Honestly,
got
it
it.
just helps. So definitely do that. Here we go bot, Malzahar's mid, this is all fine. Now we're just in a losing state, but this is what I'm saying, we kind of have to just understand team comps. Mid game, we have to understand what each champion is going to do, and that just takes time. I can explain it to you over time. But it's a Yorick, he's just going to split push. It's a Fiora, she's probably going to split push. If there's a drag fight, this guy might quite literally split push. It's kind of like Trundle. This girl can either split push or come. She came. So we kind of just need to know what the heck is going on with all the champions come mid game. And it's not too difficult. Honestly, you can use heuristics or like shortcuts or archetypes, but there's either going to be split pushers in the top lane, tanks that help you out, or there's going to be mages at side lane or assassins that look for picks. Like you kind of just have to use common sense and like figure it out. But we want to be aware of what each champ is doing mid game. And if you have questions, you can always ask me. Like you can even send like a text. You don't even have to wait for a one-on-one. You can ask me what certain champs do. Try not to ask me what like over time we can learn, but like don't send me like 150 messages of like each champ. That might be kind
No,
of
no.
spammy. But yeah, you can always ask questions. Anyways, here, okay, good. We give midway. Good. This is good. If a team fight is quite literally out to break out, then you give midwave because you just have to help them. But if a team fight's not breaking out, you do want to push mid. Otherwise, I mean, it just looks hard game. Honestly, I maybe would have. Lethality Varus is like okay. It kind of came down to lane phase. You came out of lane phase with 5 deaths, so you should analyze your lane phase. But we can continue with the
Okay.
mid game macro if that's what you want.
We could do if we have time, we could just do one of laning, I guess, because again, I do end up dying a lot in lane, so
Okay, I could
maybe if
definitely
we
help
just
you with
find
that because that's my strongest suit, honestly, lane.
okay.
Um, but
Like
anyways,
I've noticed a trend of where like I'm usually in laning phase, even if I die a lot, I'm usually almost 70-80% of the time I'm up in CS, I'm more gold, more kills, and I'm just dominant in lane. But
hmm
again, I do die, and I'll have like 7 kills, and then a jungle will come and then hunt me
okay,
down,
that's like a
and
good
then it just
baseline.
snowballs.
I'll teach you how to play around jungle. I'll teach you like kind of what to do, and I do think you can trust me. I've played against challengers. I'll try to get higher ranks so it seems more legit. But yeah, I think you can trust me. But I'll teach you how to play around junglers here. Yeah, you kind of need help. I would definitely ping assistance. Good. You can even spam ping it a little bit. Otherwise, this is good. You guys just picked 3 of them, so you're kind of coming back. I definitely don't think recall. Have your York recall. But Fiora kind of has to recall because you're quite literally right here. It's hard because they have Baron, but that is good. Here, I would have rotated bot. This is just mid-game macro, generally what to do. But the reason why we rotate bot here is because this guy is pushing. There, you want to like. This is what someone told me. You want to get all the towers synchron like you want to get all the outside towers and then work your way in if that makes sense. So you want to get this
Mhm.
tower, then this tower, then this tower. So since you got two mid towers, you want to now get the two outside towers. So
Got it.
like being in this situation, we don't randomly go top because the wave's all the way over here. We meet with him bot as he's coming, and then we get this tower while three are dead. So I'm just teaching you general mid game macro. This isn't even an AD carry thing. This is just how to play the map like chess, I guess. But then once you
Mhm.
learn it, it's honestly pretty simple because it's like the same thing every game. Once you want to get all the outer towers, since you have these two mid towers and this top tower, that leaves one, two, three. So now we either, in this situation, do you see why we go bot?
Yeah, yeah,
Three
for sure.
people are dead for the next 30 seconds. Yorick is about to push into this tower. So we ping us three. Someone on this team has to know it. If I was coaching you live, I would say go bot and ping bot so that Volibear knows, Sona now knows we are going bot lane and us four are going to take a free tower. Does that kind of make sense? That's just general, that's like macro 101. But like you kind of just have to know how to take towers in this game. So I'd rewatch what that is, what we talked about. But does that kind of make sense? Why in this situation we go bot? Like three people
Yep.
dead, it's a two v
Yeah.
five. York's about to push. So
Yeah,
it
I
is
got it.
kind of a mistake to not get bot tower. I mean, if this guy can solo it, that's good. Okay, see, we don't get bot tower. We definitely should have gotten bot tower there, but it's fine. We reset for dragon. Okay, what do we buy? Okay, we're going Sveldas. Okay, here. Let's see how you play it. Good. Ult the front line. Should just try to kill him. That's fine. Honestly, your guys' team comp is just like kind of sus. I always think Malzahar is like eh. Especially it's like pretty bad into MF Lux because he just stands there and he can get hit. Honestly, your team comp just looks a little worse, but we can see what happens. We can still play it, obviously.
I just wasn't expecting. I would have gone on hit Varus if I knew that Amumu was gonna get so tanky and nobody on my team would be able to kill him.
Yeah, I was gonna say go on hit Varus for that reason. It's not bad lethality into this, and if you're like somewhat decently ahead or even, it's like okay. But we did die 6 times. We have 7 kills, so it's like it's like kind of okay. But yeah, the problem is you kind of have to just know your team. No one on your team can really kill frontliners. Like this is not like Azir. This is not someone like Syndra or something. This is not someone that's like a carry that's gonna output. This is not Cassiopeia. This is not a carry that's gonna output a shit ton of damage over time, like DPS. He's more just utility and CC. So the main and this is not like Kindred or something. This is not Hecarim, some DPS over time that can like output a lot of damage. So it's really on you. So this is kind of the problem. I thought like you kind of have to just. I'm giving you like this is just knowledge you can build over time, and yeah, I'll help you. Um, but yeah, you kind of have to just know all this stuff and don't get too like, oh shit, there's so much to know. Like, I can help you with it over time if you do want to continue. But like, yeah, you kind of just have to see team comps and just be like, this guy's utility. Volibear gets outscaled. He's not really going to do much late game. This is not a Senna or something. You have to be the consistent DPS dealer. So that's why, honestly, I could maybe see on hit. I can definitely see lethality because they are triple squishy long range. Um, but if you get behind, this Amumu is going to be super hard to kill. That's the only problem. And obviously, I didn't really bring up York because he's not team fighting. But if you had like top lane Camille who can actually team fight with you and do damage to Amumu, it'd be like kind of fine. But yeah, on hit would be okay. I could definitely see on hit. I can honestly see lethality. Lethality is not bad. It's just gonna be hard if you guys get behind, because no one's gonna be able to kill us in Mumu. So you can kind of see what's going on here. Pushing bot. Okay, this is fine. We can kind of skip through this a little bit. I mean, most people don't like to go through. Well, I had a different coach that only wanted to go through lane phase because if you are straight up winning lane phase, you'll just probably win the
Um,
game.
yeah.
But we can kind of see also your mid game. I think it's important to at least know what to do mid game. Um, we can kind of see here. It's just going to be a lot of team fighting, and then it's a lot of general knowledge. You kind of have to just generally know. You don't have to know specifically. Obviously, it helps if the more you know, but you have to at least generally know what to do. So I can like give you general tips, obviously. But here, yeah, we're just getting into another team fight. We can kind of look at your positioning as well. This is fine. Yeah, you can try to like ult Mumu to blow him up anytime he goes in.
I missed the
Here,
whole.
well, yeah, you missed ult, but if you want like tips on how to hit more ults, just wait for your team to CC and hit him when he's not moving. Like you kind of just
What I
sent it. Huh?
I didn't think that he would stun him. I was kind of just leading it, and then he ended up stunning him.
Yeah,
That's why
like
my
I'll call it unlucky timing. Honestly, this situation is kind of unlucky. But since you do have a Sona, you do have a Volibear, you do have a Malzahar. They all have
wait.
CC. Like, I would just be aware. Wait until some. Like, I would just personally not use my ulti until he CC. Does that kind of make sense? Because like then
It
it
does.
guarantees you don't miss.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was pretty close and kind of unlucky, but if you just wait till this happens, if you quite literally just wait until this happens,
You
it's like
can't miss.
guarantee not miss. Yeah, so I would wait for that. Decent MF ult. This is the thing about lethality bears. We can kind of just poke. It's not the worst lethality bear scheme because they are four squishies. So, this one we weren't really looking unlucky. But yeah, honestly, it's not the worst lethality bears. Solo front line, you guys can probably blow this guy up. It's just the follow up damage is going to be a little hard. Um, Otherwise, this is all fine and dandy. Let's see, do we
I think this
what
game,
do
like you
we?
were saying, might be a team comp issue, and the fact that York was just like not really doing anything.
Yeah, it's looking like a top diff. That's the problem. Like they both split push, but Fiora is literally just stronger, so she's just gonna win the 1v1. But we can still kind of see you guys aren't that bad in the 4v4. Maybe this isn't the best game to cover. We can like kind of skip through it and look at another game. But I can still go. I still like saw things. I still notice things. I think if your team is literally right here, ignore mid, go help them out. Like there's still things you can like kind of see.
Yeah.
Um, and once again, save your seat. Like if you can go for a pick, go for a pick. But like in team fights, save your CC for when they're CC because theirs is like guaranteed hitting. But otherwise, this is all fine. This is good. You guys are still like kind of in it. But this Fiora is just massive. Here, you guys wasted two ultis, so it's kind of hard. Oh, but he stole Baron. Here, I would just see this team fight's kind of losing and just run. Just run. We already got Baron. Good. Someone's pinging it. See, you want to ping. Someone has to ping. But at least someone's pinging. See, we still do a shit ton of damage, so Lethality Varus isn't the worst, honestly. It's honestly not that bad. But we just want to be aware it might be kind of hard to kill a Mumu. But otherwise, this is fine. What do we go in last item? Like, Hubris, Umbral Glaive, I don't know.
Oh, I think I was gonna go. I don't know the name of that lethality item. It's the one that looks like a tooth.
Is it Umbral Glaive? Is it the one that clears wards? Or like, what does it
Yeah.
do? That's fine then. Yeah, we can just finish full lethality. Like lethality Varus is so freaking safe. You don't really need crazy defensive items. But here,
I did
uh,
something stupid though. Towards the end, I sold it and I got a heel cut instead. So I don't know if that's. I sold my Dirk.
that's okay. It's not Heelcut's not that bad. You need it against Fiora. I would get Mortal Reminder. This guy tried for his soul. I mean, this game is just like kind of maybe your lane phase is a little off, so game's a little hard. That's I
Okay.
guess why it's kind of good to analyze lane phase. But now they just have soul. They're quite literally just stronger, so they're probably just gonna end and win. So there's like no
If you
point. I
wanna,
want I want to cover a different game,
all right,
or did you want to go over the lane phase in that one? It's up to you.
you can pick a different game. It's fine.
Okay.
Um,
Because if you wanted to do mid game macro, I'm kind of looking over your mid game macro. I want to do something that's a little closer. That one it was kind of a top gap. Here, yeah, this is like sort of fine. This is the thing again. I want to let you know like lethality Varus falls off hard against tanky team comps. So if you see a Warwick Urgot, just know it's maybe a little better to go on hit. They do have Jin Vel'Koz, so like lethality is like okay against them. But
maybe
if
we
you're
could
gonna
review the AP Vars game.
AP Varus game, this one, okay,
Yeah, I
this
died a
one
lot
looks
here.
what's hard. It's Yasuo, but honestly, if you're going like AP Varus, why did we go AP Varus? We all AD or something?
We have a decent amount of
Yeah, you have Vladimir
AD,
though.
and I
Uh,
just like going AP Vars versus like super tanky comps like Cho, because I just
okay,
fucking
you can one
melt.
shot.
Yeah.
It is a little hard if he goes magic resist. I mean, you do like HP percent HP, so it's like kind of okay. But I would still probably go on hit. And then if you have solo Vladimir, like this is just team comp things. But first off, Udyr does AP damage. Also, I just watched a video where Viego. I found out Viego does AP damage. So you Team Comp actually does have decent AP. You have
Mhm.
AP a little with Udyr, a little bit with this guy, and you have a solo AP carry. Like I honestly would go on hit this game, and I definitely
Okay.
think on hit against Yasuo is good. I mean, if I watch your lane phase, this is just like a spicy matchup. This guy's gonna be dashing everywhere. It's
Yeah,
not the
I
easiest.
don't usually fight against Yasuo bot, and whenever I do, I get fucking smacked. So
I would pick honestly, I'll just give you a general tip. If you do play an AD carry like this, but against Yasuo bot, play an AD carry with a dash. Literally any AD carry you like. Ezreal, Lucian. I like Lucian. I like Vayne. She can tumble. Just anything because this guy's super mobile. If you go into mobile champ, he's just gonna dash onto you. So that's like a pretty decent tip. If you play some AD carry, one with a dash, you'll like be a lot better. But you want to skip to
okay,
your mid game, or you can
we could
kind of
do
see.
laning phase for this one if you
You want
want,
to do lane
because
phase?
like
Okay.
this kind of destroys
Um,
me. And
we have about 20 minutes. I'll try to like cover some of your mid game, but I'll cover because I kind of go in depth in lane phase, so it's gonna take a lot of time. But
okay,
maybe it's good because we
if
already
it,
covered your mid game, so we can cover your lane
yeah,
phase.
okay.
But here, this is like fine. Just in terms of comps, honestly, if I knew it was Yasuo bot, I would have went lethal tempo. I know, like first off, lethal tempo, Varus, like on hit Varus, this is on hit Varus, is good against tanks because you go Bork, you go on hit, you have your W. So if you ever see a tank, don't think like I have to go AP. Realize lethal tempo Varus is also good. So that and I only would really go AP if I don't have any AP on the team. But this is like team comp things, just knowing the game. But you should know this if you want to be a high level player. You have solo AP carry and Vlad. I think if you go AD, you also have a little AP here. If you go AD on hit, it's just so much better because they can't really if they itemize MR, they're itemizing it for one guy, but they quite literally have to itemize MR because Vlad is just a carry. Like if this was something like Oriana or Malzahar, I can kind of see AP maybe, but like this is a straight up AP carry. He's definitely fine as like solo AP. Does that kind of make sense?
That was yeah.
Uh, and then I would also like I'm just trying to reframe the way you think and like your knowledge, but lethal tempo or AP against tanks, like just because you see a tank, don't think oh shit go AP. Realize lethal tempo is also super good against tanks. And by lethal
We
tempo
could
I mean
really
on hit.
I'll be completely honest. I just love. It's kind of like a personal preference. I know it might not be optimal, but I just love when like a Cho gets like 7K
You just want to
HP
one shot the
and
show.
then
I
I
get what you're
one.
saying.
It's so satisfying. That's like that was like my main reasoning for going AP.
Okay, I
No,
mean
no, no
that's a
thinking
little
behind it.
that's a little different. That's kind of honestly this isn't even it's like honestly for fun. If we are taking it to ranked, I think we should be a little bit not. We don't have to be serious, but like I'm kind of coming at you from a more like try hard perspective. But yeah, if you
Dumb.
want to just try to one
Yeah,
shot this Cho for the lulz, that's like fine, I guess. But just know, like in terms of winning, lethal tempo is probably better.
it reduces my percentage. Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine. Here we have to be careful. We have Braum, but because we're not running lethal tempo, he's running lethal tempo exhaust. I honestly think he could maybe win this all in. So we'd be a little careful, especially if the guy misses Q. But just know that just because you have Braum doesn't mean you win the level one. And definitely don't just go in because your support pinged it. That's super troll. You should know yourself whether it's good or bad. So I'm trying to give you some help and tips there. Um,
So
otherwise,
that
okay.
bot,
Huh?
that bush is not always good, no matter the team comp. I mean, bot comp.
Yeah, because honestly, if we ran this out, he has lethal tempo, he has exhaust. You guys try to straight up just you pretty much just straight up 2v2ing them. You might get the first hit because you're in the bush, but you're practically just 2v2ing them. So it comes down to like who straight up wins this 2v2. You'll get the first auto, but then after that you guys are just autoing each other on repeat. So you guys do have Braum. Oh, you guys have exhaust, so it's like kind of okay. But he has exhaust lethal tempo. Lethal tempo is just better for all ins. That's just quite literally the rune. It scales in an all in. You're running first strike, which like is not as good in an all in. Do you kind of see how I'm like running it out here for
Yeah,
you? Like lethal
yeah.
tempo, first strike. He's gonna exhaust you. He might get exhausted. You guys do have Braum, so it's gonna be kind of close, and it like only works if you 100% go on the Yasuo. Otherwise, if you go on Milio, Yasuo's gonna hit you, exhaust you. You're gonna do no damage. He's gonna get exhausted. It's gonna just like be kind of close. It really depends how you play it out. But like what I'm saying is, just because you're in this bush does not mean you win it. Like to answer your
Okay.
question, you have to like take into account. Because like I'll go some extreme example. If you have a Soraka, obviously this is troll, but if you have a Soraka Yumi bot lane against Yasuo Milio, just because they get the jump on them does not mean you win it. So it's like an extreme example, obviously. Then you have to take into account other factors. But
What I
like, yeah,
do is every game I go into that bush, no matter the comp, and I don't usually go for the full fight, but I like to poke them out and then just back off.
that's fine. If you get the poke and then leave without getting touched, yeah, obviously that's like always winning. But if you take a straight up all in, then you have to take into account who wins all in. But like, yeah, if you just auto E them and then walk away, like you just got a free poke, so that's fine. But just know if it's a Nautilus, if it's a oh shit, if it's a Nautilus, you auto E this guy, he's going to just Q you. Now you're forced into an all in. So be aware of hook champs. That like if it's a Pike, you're in this bush, you auto E him, try to walk away, he's gonna Q you. If it's a Thresh, you auto E him, he could Q you. Does that kind of make sense? Like be aware of
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Um, otherwise, yeah, we can run through your lane phase. Here, good, good. Anytime this guy walks up, auto him. I would say play for the level two a little more. It's good you're autoing him, but do you see like you have to kill these three minions and then three more. He only has to kill one and then three. So like even though you're autoing him, he's going to hit level two first. So this is kind of the problem. Like if we don't start autoing minions, he's gonna hit level two first. Try not to miss that, but like yeah, it's self-explanatory. But definitely try not to miss it. It's just, but you see the problem. Like we committed autos, and it looked like we were winning. We were winning. It looked like it, but then level two is a huge power spike. Now we have to just run. But we always want to make sure we're getting the level two first. In this lane, you should 100% get the level two first. And obviously, lanes where you can't get the level two first, like Yeah, I'll take that into account. But in this lane against a melee champ, we should always get the level 2, especially when we were in lane first bush using them. So first priority, first priority is always get level 2. Number one priority is get level 2 first. So even if it means instead of auto, like sometimes like this is more higher level, but I will walk up, let the guy auto me just so instead of autoing the minions, he autos me just so I can get level 2 first. Like you can get crazy with it. But like what I'm saying is we want to hit the minions to get level 2 because now we're stuck in this. Like yeah, it looked like we are winning, but we're not actually winning because they at level 2 were shoved in. So get play for level 2. I think that's super important. Here, we're kind of trying to get the push. Yeah, it's fine. When we call it this passive, here we're doing a slow push. Yeah, it's fine. We do have to be careful. Once this guy hits level 3, we kind of just need to know how these matchups play out. But against Yasuo, he level 3 he power spikes because he has his wind wall, which is huge in bot lane. Why he's super good in bot lane. He has his E to dash on you, super mobile. That's why I bring up playing a dash champ. And then he just wins all ins with Q auto. So once this guy's, we just need to know these champs power spikes. Once this guy is level 3, he's gonna start dashing everywhere trying to fight you. So be aware of that. But otherwise, this is what should have happened. You should have had level 2 first. You should have been pushing them in. Anytime you anytime he walks up, it's fine to auto him, but don't auto him at the cost of not getting level 2. Does that kind of make sense? Like you should look to
Yes.
auto him. You should look to auto him, but let's still play what's in front of us. If we're autoing him but gonna lose level 2 for it, it's not worth it. But otherwise, always
Got it.
look to auto this guy. Okay. And the reason why I bring up level 2 is even in any game, whoever gets level 2 first pretty much just dictates a lane. So that's why it's super important to get level 2. Obviously, once some people at level 3, they can contest a little harder. But level 2 is still huge. Here, yeah, he's going to start wind walling and everything. He's kind of misplaying, so this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. I would go on Milio here if you can. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, this is fine. Short trade. I would go on this guy for sure. What the fuck? Okay, nice. Please say that Braum flashes. Okay, that's fine. Braum could have probably lived, but it's fine. Here, shove this wave out because he just died. If the wave is right here, I would maybe ping my jungle for help, but as long as we can crash this wave, it's like kind of fine. But he's gonna freeze. Yeah, this is the problem. In these situations, like, if you see the wave right here, the guy just respawned, I know I'm not gonna be able to crash this wave in time, so that's why I know it kind of sucks. You're sharing a lot with your jungle, but you have two options to avoid him freezing on you. You either recall immediately right here so that the wave just perfectly stays in the middle, or
Ping assist.
you ping assistance so he helps shove it faster so it crashes. Because obviously you know it's not great for him to freeze, but then
Mm-hmm.
how did he get this freeze off? Well, we one didn't shove fast enough, so since our jungler's right there, ask him to help us shove. Or two, this is like if you have some insane foresight, you just look at your wave, you see it somewhere in the middle, you see the wave is right here, it's you're not gonna be able to shove it in time, recall right now, and then when you do come back, you're gonna come back at the same time as Yasuo to a wave right in the middle. So that's like super advanced, honestly. What I would have done, like you could do that, honestly. It definitely is a thing. But at least ask your jungler to help shove this because now we're stuck in this situation, and we don't want him to freeze. I would even say stop your recall here. You still have your jungler in the area. If your jungler randomly left and you don't know where their jungler is, I would say it's a little sus. But since you have your jungler still bots by in the area, I mean still bot side. If you ping and he sees you, he can just come back bot help you. So I would actually stay. Otherwise, you're gonna and you have Braum coming. If you get frozen on pre level 4 and like a pure freeze of 4 perfect minions, like it's gonna be really bad. So you're gonna lose like a whole bunch of CS. So anytime you get frozen on, you honestly should just stay. So I think this is a mistake. I think you should have just stayed. You had your whole team in the area. It's like fine to stay. But you see, like we want to shove the wave out with the jungle so it doesn't get frozen. But if it does get frozen, we want to stay. That's like what you should do. Because now you lose like a full cannon wave off of it, which is like super bad, honestly, early game. He's gonna be like way ahead in the XP. Well, actually, it's about even because he died. But like he got a full cannon. You lost a full cannon wave like early game, and you know how like XP is stronger early game because like your XP bar is less. Um,
Mhm.
that's like pretty bad, honestly, to lose a full cannon wave. So I would rewatch what I told you to do, but like we either move with the jungle, help push, or we stay if he freezes. You just have to stay and you ping your jungle to help you fix your wave. Otherwise, yeah, we lost a full cannon wave, which is pretty bad, and we're still getting frozen on. If their jungle, he quite literally is right here. This is like a super sus. This is why we die jungle ganks because look how far up we have to walk. We can easily get ganked. So we want to be like, why are we in this position? Well, it's because of what we just talked about. But if you're ever in this position, number one priority is to crash this wave and reset it back in the middle. Obviously, do it safely. It's a super sus position. You can get ganked at any time, but you should just know your number one priority. It is not to fight them. If you should be crashing this wave so it goes under towers, so then it resets back in the middle. That's what your number one priority should be.
Got
So
it.
we'll see what you like. Don't get baited into like standing here autoing them or whatever. Auto the minions so it crashes, meets back in the middle, so you're in a safe position. That's how you break a freeze properly. Um, but yeah, your jungler is top side. You're just stuck on their side. Their jungler is like quite literally probably gonna gank you right after he finishes dragon. Like if I had to guess, this guy should definitely come gank you after he finishes drag. But otherwise, you like sort of broke the freeze. It's now pushing into you, so this is like kind of fine. But yeah, you definitely want to break the freeze, and then that's how you break the freeze by autoing, crashing wave, and making it meet back in the middle. That's how you break a freeze. Um, but otherwise, we can kind of see what's going on. See, I go a lot more in depth in lane phase because like I learned lane phase. We only have 8 more minutes, but like if you ever want to cover lane phase, I think I can go really in depth with you and teach you a lot. I don't know if you do want to continue. It is $20 an hour, but yeah, I can
Yeah,
go
well,
really
I'm
in depth with
definitely
you.
gonna book. I'll definitely book another session.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And then we can honestly, I think we should cover lane phase first because the game starts from lane phase. We want to start off on the right foot. And I had some people do well in lane phase now, but since we never covered mid game, they kind of inting there. But I want to get you on the right track lane phase first. We do well there, and then we can figure out mid game. But I want to make sure lane phase is all good. Does that kind of make sense? If we're gonna
Yeah,
continue and you're like booking other
yeah,
sessions, so I think we start off with lane phase. Also, I wanted to do this. I need to write it down somewhere. But do you know like insights.gg? If you can download it, so it records your gameplay, so I can see your point of view. Um, that would be a lot more
okay,
helpful than me looking up your replays.
okay.
I can see what you're looking at. I think that's better. But here, once again, we need to be aware that our jungle is top side. Obviously, we see this guy, but he's just on the bot side of the map, so he can just come gank whenever. If our jungle is on, we need to be aware of this, and I'll teach you this. I'll explain this over time. But yeah, we kind of used a lot of time on the mid game. I think we should just cover lane phase, especially if you're booking another session. I think you'll get the most value from me personally. I can show you like I win lane phase really hard, so I can give you everything I know about lane phase. I think it's better for us to cover lane phase. But otherwise, like a major fight is breaking out here. Use barrier. I would have used barrier first, honestly. Like I know you're about to die here, to the Echo. But if this guy's on top of you and you're like this HP, I would just hit barrier right now. So like he's now fighting you with like this much HP instead of flashing. but that's fine. I would use what I'm saying is I would use barrier first and then use flash. You like use flash and then barrier, but the priority list I think should always be barrier for the most part. For the most part, once again, I give general rules. I think the priority should be I'm gonna use barrier and then flash if I have to, not I'm gonna flash and then use barrier if I have to. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that should be the priority list. Because then you would have killed the Yasuo too, but it's because it's a lower cooldown, and Flash is just super valuable on Varus because he's a mobile. So that's why it's like if you can save Flash, use the barrier instead of Flash. Otherwise, we can kind of continue. I do have work at 5:30, so that's why sometimes I go a little over an hour, like hour 5, hour 10, but I have to stop it today at exactly an hour,
No, you're
um,
good. You're good.
because I have work. But otherwise, we have about 5 more minutes, so I'll just cover some more lane phase. But yeah, if you want to book another session, feel free to use the Calendly. It is $20 an hour, but next time we'll just cover lane phase. I think that will give you so much more benefit. I think a lot of students learn some of my lane phase techniques. They say their lane phase is a lot better. So I think we should just cover lane phase. I asked you what you wanted to cover, and if you want to cover mid game, I'll of course do whatever you want to work on. But I do think covering your lane phase is like super beneficial. Uh, but anyways, you can kind of see what's going on here. Okay, we're poking. This is all fine. Okay, we missed our ulti. Kind of unlucky. But otherwise, if we hit that ult, we would have gotten a huge trade. Maybe even kill this guy. But now, yeah, this is the thing. I will just say
I mean,
this. Um, like, yeah, we can talk about how you miss ulti and work on hitting ultis, and if you do want to do that, like, yeah, whatever, throw it when he's CSing so he stops moving. That's probably my greatest tip. But we need to know if like we use our ulti we now are and we miss we're now in like or pretty much just anytime our ult's on cooldown this lane becomes super different because now he can just dash for free. If he dashes on top of you and you have ulti you can quite literally just arm immediately guaranteed hit, but if we don't have ult he's just gonna immediately look to go in. Does that kind of make sense? So the moment
mhm.
our ult's on cooldown, even if we hit this, even if we hit it a minute ago it's still on cooldown now. We just need to know that he has an opportunity now to look to kill us. So this is more than just missing your ulti. This is like he quite literally went in the moment you missed ult. Does that kind of make sense? Like the moment your
Yeah.
ult's on cooldown, Yasuo specifically is gonna look to fight you. So I would have like if I see myself because he didn't go in there because you still had ulti. I miss ulti. I wouldn't have auto there. I would have backed up, backed up, backed up. You can maybe auto E, but I definitely would not stay to Q because he's gonna immediately look to go in. So just be aware that like if your ult's on cooldown, they're gonna look to fight. Otherwise, I thought you were gonna die. But yeah, that's fine. But just you
I
took
think I
like a
do end
really
up
bad trade.
still here
Well,
because
that's
I
the
didn't
thing. Look,
respect the
you
second
don't have
wave.
ult. You don't have ult. Who's to say if he decides to just dash on all these minions, jump on top of
That's
you?
exactly what he does.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like if he does this, boom, boom, you just ult him. He can't move. You Q the shit out of him. But if you don't have ult, you have to like just realize I need to sit back now. Does that kind of make sense?
Mhm.
Like now you kind of see it. You're more aware. But yeah, like now he can just do
I
that. Especially
yeah,
because you have no sums. If you have sums, it's different. But since you have no sums, no ulti, you're like kind of just a sitting duck. That's what I'm trying to get you to notice. Um, but yeah,
all right, man. I
so
think I got the gist of it. I know you gotta go to work, so I don't want to
yeah,
keep.
sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
5:30. I don't know what PST time you run in, but that's literally 20 minutes from now. Like I have
Yeah, you're good.
IRL work as well. But I think
No, no, we'll be
hopefully this
fine.
was helpful. We can stop it. Okay.
It definitely
Hope.
was. I definitely took some tips
Mhm.
out of it, and I'm gonna book a second coaching session for sure.
Okay, yeah, we can do it. I This isn't me selling. This is up to you. People ask, but there is like it is cheaper if you buy the bundle. You can just buy one coaching session if you want to continue like that. But if you did want to commit, it is cheaper that way. It's nothing crazy. It's like $35 for two. but it is cheaper. And also, I did want to let you know, next time if it's okay, we can like go over your lane phase if that's cool.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, I'll stop the recording.